Oh no, syncing data! Historically, that has not gone good for me. Whenever Xbox tries to sync data. Don't you dare delete my save again. Good. Good. It's deleted my Sunset Overdrive save and my Grab by the Ghoulies save twice. Because for some reason Xbox is like, oh, your local console data is out of sync. How about we sync with the cloud? Even though the cloud is like literally an empty save file. Oh, we gotta sync with the cloud. Cloud saving should always ask you which you want to load. Because in cases like that where, you know, the automated process of it determining which is the most up-to-date one fails, or I guess Xbox just assumes like, oh, cloud must be the most up-to-date because it syncs all the time. Should be like Steam, where it's like, hey, we're not in sync. Which do you want to use? This save was updated at this time, and this save was updated at this time. That's how it should be.
Let us get to the vote.
I mean, I don't think the Switch cloud saves ask you either, but they're also constantly updating, so they're at least not stupidly out of date like my Grab by the Goalie save was, where it just fell out of sync and then like, oh, well, here's the updated cloud save sync. It's empty! Even though you already beat Chapter 1. Or maybe it was 2, I forget, but still point remains. Yeah, get him, Zenu! No. Why was there such input delay on that? Like, there was so much input delay on that, and that's why it missed. It's a good job by Ek. Oh, that was my ally. It's like, oh, he knocked them off their horse. Knocked the wrong person off their horse. I really hate that enemy type. Oh, how about I just stab you for 1/3 of your health? It's like, yeah, I get it, don't get hit, but it's still stupid. They just spam that attack. Like, that's not fun enemy design. It's repetitive enemy design, because then I have to constantly dodge, slash, dodge, slash. You know, not even sure I can get in my full combo. Because I gotta dodge so I don't get hit by the instantly lose 1/3 of your health move. I was gonna call it the insta-kill move, but that's not right.
This area is off limits.
How about we get some of this action going? Yeah, get the guy on, get the guy off his horse. Get off your high horse. It's not as high as my camel. Horseback combat in this game is kind of stupid. Just hit and run and hit and run and hit and run. Just dance around, guy. Woo. Combat. Woo. It was more dumb when it was both of us on horses, or me on horse, me on camel, them on horse. What's going on over there? Camel, what'd you do? This guy's still alive. Very alive. Now, how do you like it? Lose a chunk of your health with one attack. That is a special move that I can't spam, unlike you. Oh, look at that! That is... that shouldn't happen. I was a mile away from his blade. That's They really got to fix these guys in the next game. It's like, it reminds me of that one Dark Souls boss. It's like the start of Dark Souls 3 or something. And he basically the exact same thing happens if I can get the consonants right. He does a thrust move and then it's like, oh, you're over there? No, actually, you're over here on the end of my blade. I don't care about hitboxes. It says you're over here. It's like, even though the blade clearly is not touching you at all, I'm just gonna teleport you to the end of my blade anyway.
It was Flavius all along. He brought Caesar and the Romans here, hoping to take complete power.
We trusted him. We were fools.
You say Flavius... It was Flavius all
What
along,
happened here?
as if I knew Flavius before now.
Quickly. Hepzibah, the vault.
Rabia, we will come back to you when we can.
I just realized we're in Siwa. Where's the... I gotta remember to go there when we're done. See if I can't kick the cans of those guys that were there. I guess this is the point where you're supposed to think to go back there. If you came across them before, then, you know, like me, then you got your can kicked. And, you know, I'm okay with the taking damage part of that move. And I can be okay with them spamming it. But the animation, like, come on, just make me take the damage and shut up. Just stop locking me into an animation where I get stabbed and then smacked in the face with a shield. Just like the game feel of it is just bad. And again, it's like you just don't get hit. But still.
Rabia, what happened here?
Yeah, temple. I'm on it.
Intruders! Attack!
Didn't I get a new one of these bows?
Whoa.
Alright, now get off the camel. Teamwork, yeah! I think they need to fix the parry too. That doesn't feel good either. There's too much lag to it. It doesn't feel responsive. I feel like that's been my problem in general with the combat, is that it doesn't feel responsive, and that's why it's not fun to me. Like, it's got good mechanics, it just... There's a disconnect. A desynchronization, if you will. I mean, if you will, but I won't. Actually, if we're talking desynchronization, I just did, so... More ways than one, because I said it, and it happened. And that's why I said it, and then made the joke. I died, and then I made the joke. So I technically did it twice, but... Don't you just love when there's a tough encounter
Rabia,
with, like, dialogue in front of it, so you have to keep hearing that dialogue first every time you retry? Get him, Senu.
Intruders! Attack!
Ahaha! I have found your weakness. You can't do the stab animation on me if I'm on a camel. I mean, it makes sense because historically that would be how that kind of encounter would go. It's like you're probably not going to beat a guy who's on a horse if you are not also on a horse. Gotta be like the guy from the Old Spice commercials. Gotta be on a horse. See? I knew it. I knew you could counter that. It's just tricky to do because the disconnect. The lag. And then I did it 3 times in a row. Finally. Now to get into another encounter that I'll die in 3 times in a row. It's no wonder the suggested level is 32. It's because that's what the developer set it to. Wow. Who would have thought? I guess I could have been sneaking too. That probably would have helped. Bayek, the pottery is not your enemy. Stop targeting the pots.
Bayek, there's trouble ahead.
You don't say. He didn't assassinate. Would you screw off with that stupid move? Stop doing it. Jeez. Why didn't he didn't... I hit the attack button, he didn't attack. Oh, yeah. I see the viewpoint on my compass, and it's like, oh, that's right. There was one viewpoint I didn't get in Siwa because it was, like, way up on a cliff, and I was like, oh, I'll probably come back later. I'll probably be up there for story reasons, and it'll be like, oh, don't forget the viewpoint you couldn't get before. No one's here. It's just your imagination.
Be cautious. Bayek, there's trouble ahead.
I don't even think we needed to kill these guys, because the vault is the other way. But they're here now. I pressed B! I pressed B! You know, that belief is still kind of held in a lot of modern cultures. Yeah, do not harm animals, because for A, that's just wrong. Just like where this checkpoint is, this is just wrong. This is like 4 encounters ago. Come on.
What happened here?
But also, the internet very much does not take kindly to people who abuse animals, and rightly so. I don't either. Like, what kind of twisted person you gotta be to enjoy harming an animal? Like, that's... And I'm not talking about hunting. Like, that's one thing. You can enjoy hunting and not be considered a psycho. Come on. Like, I recently saw a video talking about a lady who was caught on security camera throwing a cat in a trash can. Which kind of sounds innocuous, but the cat was there for like 12 hours, they said. That cat could have been taken out to the trash, like, you know, with the truck. That could have been real bad for the cat. Thankfully, the cat fully recovered. The woman, not so much. Her life was ruined by that. It's like, I'm really not a fan of the site 4chan, but one of the good things they do is tracking down people who post content of themselves harming animals. They get those people outed. But I think they do other, like, what do they call it? Armchair investigations for other crimes, but, like, seems like their highest successes has been with animals. Which is good. We gotta save the animals. I mean, people too, of course.
Danger lies there.
Yeah, don't say. It's not like I didn't die here like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, let's get one of them. Why am I suddenly being reminded of like the final run-up in Brotherhood? Like that final section where you're chasing down. Actually, no. What I'm thinking of is in Assassin's Creed 2 when you're chasing down Rodrigo. You go to Rome there in that game, as opposed to going to Rome in Brotherhood, which is just normal. That's where Brotherhood takes place. It's not special. But in Assassin's Creed 2, it was special because that was a place you only visited at the end. It was unique. Yeah, I'm gonna use this on this guy, because this guy, honestly, these guys, way more annoying than these guys who are supposed to be the big scary brutes. Not scared of the brutes, I'm scared of the guys who keep stabbing me in the abdomen. Yeah, looks like that guy's a brute, but do I care? No. What was that about Queen Angus? What did he say? I think he realizes he's under fire and he's taking cover. Can you stop saying that? You're not being helpful. Oh, we gotta get to the temple. The enemies are raiding the temple. We gotta stop them. And then we step foot in the temple and she's like, oh, you better be careful. It's dangerous around here. It's like, yeah, what do you think we're doing? How'd they get the... Oh, right, they have the stuff.
By the great god Amun.
But how did we get it open? Why is it opening for us?
We don't know what's in there.
We must find out what happened.
Oh, look, it's a map.
Are we dreaming?
We have entered the Duat.
Remember when the apples did that? When a piece of Eden just displayed a map? That was Assassin's Creed 1.
Who created this? The gods themselves. Here's the story of mankind. Bayek. Bayek.
It is Hepzibah. My Sammy. Your life is done here in the desert dust. They took my closest friend.
We must rush to stop Flavius.
No! We cannot leave him here! He deserves a proper farewell.
Time for the carry the body portion of the game. Just gonna ignore the map, the story of
There was no cause
mankind.
for him to be killed. Flavius ripped out his heart as a message to me. It was he who killed Khemu.
My husband, we will end this.
Bayek. You found poor Hepzibah. I saw what happened. It was horrible. The Roman leaders entered the temple vault.
Septimius and Flavius.
The objects they carried opened it as if by a god's hand. Hepzibah tried to stop them, but they rendered him helpless. They entered the vault. A blue fire seemed to emerge. I fled to no avail.
I don't see blue
The
fire.
entire village lost its reason and fell to the ground like dogs.
They have destroyed Siwa!
They must die!
You must put an end to this!
Bayek, Aya, you have the prayers of the entire village to support you.
Let us bring Hepzibah to his rest. Then, we will seek justice.
Let the embalmers come. We pray Anubis accept this ornament in place of his heart, such that Hepzibah may walk free in the field of reeds.
Hepzibah, old friend. I miss our talks, Hepzibah. And drinking beer. Hepzibah. I could use your help now, Seni. Hepzibah, old friend. Hepzibah. Where are you now, my friend? Walking in the field of reeds? Siwa needs you, Hepzibah. Hepzibah. I could use your help now, Seni.
Bayek, Hepzibah would have wanted you to have this. The weapon he prized above all others.
I am honored.
It's level 32. Critical hit, adrenaline unhurt, on fire. Honestly, I wouldn't equip that even if I could. What are these? Get out of here. And you know what? I'm going to get rid of these too. Because of all the difficult encounters I've had here near the end, I haven't felt the need to change to something else, you know, to change my strategy other than just don't get hit and deal damage. And honestly, I still strongly stand by bleeding. Bleeding has like helped. Not like the greatest thing ever, but it's certainly helped me chip away at people who have been damage sponges. I mean, that also had on fire, so that's also damage over time. That could be helpful. But the rest of it is just... Oh, wait. Gotta speak to Aya.
Some villagers captured a Roman soldier and questioned him. Flavius is headed for Cyrene, and Septimius for Alexandria.
I will kill Flavius.
There's a farm at the border of Cyrene. Someone there may have seen Flavius pass through. As for me, I will cut out the heart of Septimius.
I feel as though wherever we go, tragedy follows. Perhaps we should come to terms.
It is hard. I don't want to let go, but
Every time I think of you, I think of Hemu and everything we lost.
me too. So for now, we kill.
Farewell, Aya.
Don't forget the power of asps. Because apparently, according to a statue,
We used to keep it pristine here.
in hundreds and hundreds of years from now, you will be remembered for asps. I suppose that would be a paradox if I really was telling her that and she actually did use asps because I told her to. Should get on camera. Can I fast travel now? Because I would only be telling her to use asps because I know she did in the future. But she only did in the future because I told her to in the past. What do they call that kind of paradox? I guess the only specific kind of, well, okay, I know two kinds of paradoxes, which is like there's grandfather paradox, which, you know, if you've seen Futurama, you know. Actually, I guess that's not exactly what it is, but it's like, you know, if you kill your grandpa, will you cease to exist? Basically. And then the Futurama episode just runs with that further. It explains why Fry still exists. And then there's the bootstrap paradox, which I don't remember the definition of. So maybe I don't really know it. Maybe I really only know the one. Huh. I thought that looked like a hyena lying in the middle of the road. And then the game realized it was too. The buoy. Too bad I'm not staying. Except I'll get this Ptolemy statue because it's here. I don't think I'm even close to getting all of them, though. I'm sure there's plenty more. Although, if it's... Ow! Ow! Why am I on fire? It'd be nice if the Ptolemy statues are like a one per area kind of deal. I wouldn't mind going to get all of them if that were the case. You know, in my free time, of course, not on screen. But if we're almost done with this game, then I'm almost done with it too, you know? I probably will not be continuing to play this once I beat it. It's a fine game, I just got other games to get to. And, like...
Flavius will not stop until he
doesn't
reaches Rome.
doesn't sit with me as well as, like Rogue did. In Rogue's game, I would definitely consider 100%ing. I gotta... One of these days, I gotta 100% Assassin's Creed 3 as well. I can't let Liberations be the only one... Or, Liberation, not Liberations. Liberation shouldn't be the only one of my favorites that I've 100%ed. Just because it's the smaller game. Problem is, you know, I've been thinking about a bunch of other games, like other franchises I could possibly do.
And ferocious Flavius.
I don't know that there are a lot that I could do that would be as extensive as I've been with Assassin's Creed, because I've been doing every mainline game. Like, I have not missed a single game, and apparently I'm not gonna. Thanks, Game Pass.
A lush land of pastures and fields, trampled on by Roman occupation.
But there's not a lot of games I can do that with. Oh look, the target was right there, where the marker was pretty much leading me before it told me to call Sinu.
I spoke of. Someone must have seen the lion pass through.
Stop, Meneruka! I beg you! Why am I taking it off? Forgive me!
Peace! I am not your enemy!
I am sorry. It is just... He was such a gentle soul. Once had me treat a wounded dog he had caught in a snare. Why would he do this?
I have seen this before, in Siwa. I'm looking for the soul eater responsible, Flavius.
The proconsul?
That sack of rancid goat shit murdered my son, raised my village, and now marches through your land with the light of Amun-Ra. Come. Let us search the farm. Look for survivors. I am Bayek Siwa.
Praxila, of this land gone mad. Why would
Sorry, you saying something? I'm a bird now. There's a lot of people over there. Perhaps they are hiding in the buildings.
They stood in his path.
Yeah, like there aren't a whole lot of franchises where I could easily get access to all of the games. I want to double check Game Pass to see if Mass Effect was on there, because that would be cool.
Then we must be careful.
But I don't think they have Mass Effect on Game Pass. Come on, there's got to be a window somewhere. Oh, here we go. And she's already in there. Cool.
Stupid Hastings. You don't resist Romanov. Did Flavius look different?
Nanette, are you all right? What happened here?
Red cloaks and that milk soup with the lion's head. Took anyone who could work. Farmhands, my son Kade, everyone. Then he came. Dark eyes hooded as a raven. I wanted to throw stones to shoo him off. Something golden, bright in his claws. Held it up, crowing as they fell before him. Some by their own hands, others by those dearest to them. Against nature, everyone crying, screaming, running, dying.
How did you
No one sees Pulinet, an old woman's husk with clouded eyes. But I saw them. Didn't cry out. Bit my tongue till I choked on the blood.
The men who did this? We will find them.
Better hurry, girl. Raven flew north to the home of the huntress. Overheard Red Cloaks squawking. Bring Kade back to me.
I will try. Flavius also robbed me of my boy.
Let us bring Nennet to my cart. Will you follow Flavius?
I must.
Okay, well, Lake had run out the front door just fine. Or, I guess that was the back. I'm running out the front. And those guys sure are stupid for fanning out in the wrong direction. When my objective was in the building that they could have been protecting all entrances to.
For your son,
For every son.
you must miss him very much.
All my waking and sleeping hours.
You will see him again in the Field of Reeds.
I hope so. Nennet spoke of the home of the Huntress.
Yes, Cyrene, the shining porticos of Roman conquest. It is north of here.
If Flavius is there, I will find him and destroy every fiber of his car.
When you arrive in Cyrene, look for my friend Diocles. I would trust him with my life and yours. As a magistrate, he hears petitioners in the Agora. Give him this.
I hope this heals the madness.
That's a
of
big
his
ring.
land.
I pray you get the justice you seek, Bayek.
You could fit 2 fingers through that ring.
Why would they take Nenet's son, Kade?
The citadel casts a long shadow over Cyrenaica. There are rumors that General Agrippa and Flavius are preparing for war.
Against Egypt?
Do you doubt their ambition?
No. They won't stop until I stop them.
I will bring Nennet to my clinic in Balagrey, south of the Temple of Asclepius. Though that place has troubles enough.
I will find you if I can.
Oh, wait, no, wait. No, keep doing final weighing. No. Main quest only. It says 35. I'm 29. Oh, no. Well, better get to it. Yeah, there are... I definitely have ideas for franchises I'd like to go through, but not a whole lot of ideas of franchises I know I could go through. Like, I've got some Tomb Raider games, but I don't think I have all of them. Well, I definitely don't have all of them. I think I have like 2 or 3 of the classic ones, and then like the first of the remake, the reboot ones. And I don't know how exciting that would be for me to just play a handful of Tomb Raiders. It's hardly a marathon. I also thought about like Red Dead, but that's 2 games. Or no, I guess it's 3 because there's Red Dead Revolver. But that's an accessibility issue. 'Cause I don't know how I'm gonna get Red Dead Revolver or Red Dead 1.
Walk into the flames. Flavius will burn away your crime.
Oh, thanks. I better just go to objective. Save myself some trouble of trying to figure out which way in the road to go. Just gonna ignore that obvious quest marker. Nope, not interested. Trying to beat the game here. Trying to think of some other ones. Well, I got a list. I can look at the list while the camel automatically walks the right way. It's my notes folder. Oh, sorry, I bumped the cart.
By order of Flavius.
Flavius has made this man his mouthpiece.
Oh yeah, like I've said before, I wanted to do, like I think it'd be fun to do Call of Duty and watch the games evolve. You know, I don't know, at least up till the point where the game stopped being good. Like it would be interesting to see the game, you know, the very first Call of Duty where it was very serious and very based on real life, and watch it progressively become much more exaggerated. Let's try to not be mean here. Oh yeah, in Wario Land, because I've never done the first 3. I still haven't finished Shake It.
Civilization to the Greeks here.
And Jack and Daxter is another one I considered, but that's also like I've already beaten the first one, so then it would just be 2 games, and would that really be interesting? Especially because I've already decided I don't like Jack 2 and 3, but I want to try to finish them anyway. So like, it probably wouldn't be a good idea for me to play those because I already don't like them. I don't know that it would be a Metroid Prime situation where my opinion turns around really quickly. Oh, and Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank feels like a very doable one because that's like early PlayStation.
Demanded my taxes for the year. They burned my farm when I refused. And you are sure it was Leander's men? My wife said no good would come of defying him. I hate it when she's right. Leander will pay. You have my word. Your word, Diocles? Will that sow my scorched fields? Bring my goats back to life? I am done with you. And this land. Your word. Pah. And how has our most venerated magistrate extorted you, Egyptian?
Praxilla said you could help me. I am Bayek.
Is he all right?
As well as anyone can be with Flavius desecrating your land. I followed that fucker's murderous trail all the way from Siwa.
So the rumors?
True. As are his preparations for war.
One more oppressor. Egypt will never be stable again. Invasions upon invasions. Flavius will make of Egypt one giant tomb. He rules from the Acropolis, but is crawling with Romans. I pray the dice fall in your favor, Bayek. I must deal with his lapdog, the magistrate Leander. Seek me out again, if you would be a friend to Cyrene.
Thank you, Diocles. It is time for my son to enter the field of reeds.
I hope he's actually there so we can stop running from point to point, getting cutscene, and then like, oh, well, actually, you gotta go here. Can you please just give me the boss fight now? Please? Just give me the final boss fight. Stop making me run around past side quests that I'm not interested in doing anymore because I can smell how close I am to the end. Oh, objective in proximity. I wonder if it's right where the objective marker just was. Gee, look at that. It is. Wow. Oh, yeah. Gotta be careful. These guys are pretty lethal. I really hope I'm gonna be able to do this a little underleveled. Well, a little is kind of being generous. But with all these skulls around, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this mission, but I want to. I don't want to go off and grind and do busy work until the game says I'm strong enough to beat the guy. Sure, this fight, like, even if I get there without getting into any trouble, I'm gonna be smashing my head against a wall, I'm sure.
Temple of Mars. Good to see our Roman gods outside of Rome.
Proconsul Flavius scares the shit from my bones.
Oh, wait, who was that? Hope I don't have to kill anyone to get inside. They don't usually do that in Assassin's Creed. They don't usually have you kill people to get doors open, so I'm assuming I could probably find another way in. Oh crap, he's a skull too. The target does a skull. Oh, there we go. Open windows. Back eject. Back eject, there we go. Reach the window and climb on in. Okay, I gotta turn on a fan, because the air feels stale right now.
Do you think I can't feel you skulking in the shadows, Bayek of Siwa?
I have followed your path of murder and madness all the way from my homeland. And now, you will answer for my son's death, Roman!
No. Egyptian. Now you will bow before your god!
You murdered my son! My
Ow.
friends!
You know, if the game is gonna end here, then I'm willing to bet that they saved the part where we kill Cleopatra for DLC. I wanted to look that up, but I also didn't want to spoil it. Get up. Okay, that's not too bad.
Your Magi friend Hepzibah also had a stubborn streak, like your son.
Oh, okay. No, 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 no. How about some of this? Are we getting arrows? Yep. Oh, multiple people. Never seen anyone do that before. Al-Mualim. Ow. They did this in Liberation as well. Had a bunch of your past targets show up. And you had to fight them to continue. Which is, I will clarify, is distinct from having to kill someone to open a door. Because kill them to continue as in the game, you know, the story, the mission required you to kill them to move on. There's supposed to be a gimmick here. I don't get it. Just wondering, maybe it's like, oh, call Sinu, and then you can detect who's the right person with eagle vision, eagle sense.
Your time on this sand has ended.
Your mind will break eventually, just like all the others.
Watch one of the next games introduce healing potions, and then the combat becomes extremely trivial. Wouldn't that just be something?
Can you not feel it?
I feel like it was the same way in Unity. Or like, you know, once you had enough potions, it was... Combat wasn't trivial, but it was a lot easier to survive. Because you could just slam potions.
You robbed my son of his afterlife!
Ah, take that! Not so tough now, are you? I got knocked down and just never got back up again. He did indeed keep me down.
son, my friends! Why didn't you kill me when you had the chance in Alexandria?
You should have joined the Order. You lead us.
Ah.
But you chose slavery.
The man who killed my son, cowering in another temple.
Your Magi friend Lucifer also had a stubborn streak, like your son.
I should put my bleed spear back on. Oh, I do have it. Okay. Whatever the gimmick is, I don't get it. Do I gotta find the real one? Yeah, I was about to... There we go. I was about to question whether or not he's immune to bleed.
Like all the others. My power, my potential. Can you not? You're nothing but a farmer. Camel herders and shit shovelers. That is all Egypt.
See, how come that move can miss and not refund me anything? But the other move can miss and refund me everything? Why? Why the distinction? That was the move he killed me with last time, I think. He's got the arrow stuck in him. Switch to my sword for this. So if I miss, then I get refunded. You first. Like, I'm not gonna say no, but death is inevitable. But you first. Am I advancing it by getting them to teleport? Felt like that's what was happening. No, don't die here. Got him.
You are not a god. You are barely a man.
No! No! I had him at like a third of his health. Come on. Well, I'm feeling glad about my decision to end last time because it's been an hour. And this is probably going to take another hour still. At least this is better than the boss of Boss of Dr. Muto. That boss was awful. It was not a boss I was happy to be stuck on for 2 hours.
Why didn't you kill me when you had the chance, Alexandria?
You should have joined the Order. You need us. But you chose slavery.
These are nothing but tricks.
Hey, what's this? Oh, oh, me getting stabbed, that's what that is. Didn't it swing when I pressed the button?
The man who killed my son, cowering in another temple.
Your Magi friend Hepzibah also had a streak, like the sun.
Yeah, this taunting me through the fight crap ain't cute when it's the 3rd time he's doing it. 3rd or 4th.
Your time on this sand has ended.
Your mind will break eventually, just like all the others. My power, my potential. Can you not feel it?
All I feel is the potential for me to put my boot up your butt.
You're nothing but a farmer. Camel herders and shit
Yeah, take that.
shovelers. That is all Egypt is.
Bathe in fire. Come on, get him in the head. Yeah! Yeah! That guy's grunt sounded funny. It's like, ow. Kind of sounded like someone you'd find in Majora's Mask. Actually, not sure what character makes the voice clip I'm thinking of. There. Can we get back to this now? Ow, no!
I will cut your heart out.
Yes!
You are not a god. You are barely a man.
Ah! No, I'm out of arrows.
You will be crushed in the
I've got him, though. He's gonna burn to death. He didn't burn to death. He burned to death! Yeah! That's right. Stumble over and fall. And die. And burn. Have you confirmed the kill yet? Sure, it's taking you a minute.
He was a child, Flavius. My child!
No, that's the one thing I do not regret in my life.
I will never give you peace.
Your son's death made the Order bow to me! Caesar, even. I had Rome! It gave me an empire of 1,000 sons, each one greater than the last. Come on! Finish me! You coward! The waste of time!
I can't do it. I can't do it!
It's alright, Papa.
No. I will lose you forever.
Not forever. I will be waiting for you in the field of reeds.
I touched his neck with the feather. Aren't you supposed to touch the forehead with it?
This relic should never be found again. Aya must know our son's car has been put to rest.
Well, time to go all the way back to Siwa. Or Alexandria. At least I should be able to fast travel now. Where is she? Don't tell me it didn't track. It didn't track. There. And I can fast travel now. Okay, good. You know, he never did explain. He said that's the one thing I don't regret. Well, I guess his explanation was it gave him power. But how casually he said that kind of threw me off. He's just like, you know, that's the one thing I don't regret. How do I gotta go through the secret entrance? Or here. I was gonna go climb the tower. Enter that way, but I forgot there's this door here. I found it by accident.
Bayek. It has been too long.
Flavius is dead. I have gone through shit to get our son out of the Duat. Khemu is at peace.
May he walk in the field of reeds. I head to Rome too.
Rome? You still entertain folly with these ambitions?
I have made mistakes. You have made mistakes.
Aya?
You waste your energy.
Ah. You are the famous Magi. Thanos never ceases to speak of your exploits.
I have assembled a group. This is Brutus and Cassius, our Roman brothers.
We're going to cut these bastards down from across the seas. Septimius and Caesar.
The Order is no longer an Egyptian problem only.
Does Cleopatra still rule?
There is no ruler in Egypt. Plunged into the will of various tyrants.
Our queen has abandoned us for Rome. Nothing has changed here. Memphis is overrun by the Order. Aya, we need you.
Nah, you gotta do better than that. You can't just shove it in a box. You gotta bury the box and cover the hole with foliage.
So much pain.
You can't just shove it in a box, Bayek. You gotta do better than that. Who has the scepter? Wasn't that a key part? Literally a key part? A part you need to open the vault? And what did the vault even contain? It had that map? But how did that give Flavius power? The power was in the apple. which we've had.
You there! Stop!
So what did opening the vault even gain for him? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, that's a plot hole, but I'm definitely left with questions when I probably should have answers by now. I'm still mad that this game doesn't explain a hidden blade. It's origins. How do you not go into the origins of all the iconic features of the game in the game called Origins? I mean, at least they kind of explained the origins of the Leap of Faith, because that's what he was doing with Khemu at the beginning. But like, come on, Hidden Blade, and you're just gonna tell me, oh well, it's 48 BCE, and oh, it's still ancient to us. But come on, how far back into the past does Assassin's Creed have to go to get the origins of the Hidden Blade?
Our victories have multiplied, our bond not so.
We could never have been. Everything has told us our love is impossible.
You are right. Something bigger has called us. But our love lives in the Duat.
Only now we are letting go.
Let the gods decide.
The gods are dead.
We must sacrifice our personal lives for the greater good. All this darkness was for a reason.
I was wrong to be so reckless in public without killing. We must work in the shadows.
Egypt has fallen. Greece also. And Rome will fall too. All
Multiple
will fall
times
to
from
the
what I hear.
Yet no one will know.
When we assassinate only those who deserve it. The few sick souls who try to control us. But they will never know who we are. Cold, calculated, poets of the kill.
I am fine with this. I am not a father anymore. I am not a husband. I am not a Medjay. I am a hidden one.
Yes. We are the hidden ones.
We sharpen our blades, pull what hope is left from this foul earth.
Lord Bayek of Siwa. What are you of now?
A new creed. Ours is finished.
Oh good, I got an ability point. I sure am gonna use that. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's pulling me out of the Animus. But has Layla even learned anything from that? I mean, I guess we know where the apple is. It's in a trunk somewhere in Alexandria. But does that really help her?
Habibti, I should have listened to you. Oh, Habibti.
Those don't need to be your last words.
Who the fuck are you?
You could have been a little less creepy about that, William.
Ring a bell?
Assassin?
Then you know who I am.
See, Desmond? That's how you wear a hidden blade.
I've been watching you. It's unusual for an Abstergo employee to take an interest in a country's revolution.
You're not wrong there.
We know about your work with the Animus. Astounding what you and Deanna were up to.
Dee.
They played you, didn't they? Sophia Ricken made you so many promises.
Enough! We're not talking about her.
Sure. Plenty of other subjects to cover on our ride to Alexandria.
Don't assume I'm going anywhere with you.
Well, let's look at your options. You can come with me, or you can stay here and do the dance of death again and again until you make a mistake. They only need you to make one. There's no going back to your old life, Layla.
I never planned to.
But you'd finally be able to work on the Animus project. Our version of it. And with us, you'd always have the freedom to do things your way.
You can work with Rebecca, who already made her own mobile Animus.
Fine. Let's do this. That doesn't mean I'm on your side.
Good enough.
Like, I can forgive the way Layla's wearing a hidden blade, but I will never forgive the way Desmond would wear them. Because he had the hoodie on, with rolled up sleeves, and his hidden blades just out in the open. And I think it's a pretty good point of proof that Assassin's Creed has kind of always gone with rule of cool over what makes the most sense. Maybe not in every case, but definitely there with Desmond not hiding his hidden blades.
Is that for Foxidas? A gift?
No. It's a relic. I don't want to talk about it, Damastis.
Isn't that Bayek's? Let me have it. I'll give it to Foxidas myself. He loves these things.
Hey, don't need to snatch. It's not yours.
I'll kill you. How about that? I'm in no mood for compromise today.
Past Neapolis in the crack of morning. A strong wind, you'll be standing in Rome's Forum in 2 days' time. It's over between you and Bayek, eh? I can feel... No decision is easy. You are a chosen one. And now you are free! Like me!
So begins a new day.
Could have sold that though. Bet it's worth a lot.
Up the pace, brothers!
We'll get there in no time. It's only another 1,400 meters away.
Don't drop your guard entirely. We should assume they are expecting us.
You sound thrilled about it.
Eager, old man. Eager to be done with this scum and move on to the next pile of scum.
Infinite scum. Such is the world we live in.
Infinite scum, yes. It's a very pessimistic way to look at it, though.
We have been spotted!
Those flares will summon
Get that?
Prepare yourselves!
It's not coming for me. It's a signal flare, I guess.
Here they come. Forward, men! Litter the sea with their shattered hulls.
Tricors!
Oh, do I gotta do the fort? No, them. Okay.
The songs they will sing about us when this day is out!
If that happens, Foxidas, I will wear seaweed like a siren and sing them myself.
I will hold you to that.
Believe me, you would be sorry. Now let's end this.
Get back, Seduce!
But I ram ya. I'm gonna ram ya. Fire bombs. I ram ya. The firebomb the wrong side.
Another down! There's only one more left for the abyss!
There, firebomb the correct side this time.
They set fighter ships upon us!
Gods.
Oh yeah, remember that? Remember that from Rogue?
Fleet is too tightly formed. They'll hit
Just
us.
a bunch of suicide bombs, basically.
These hell ships are too many!
We must sink them before they reach us.
It's crazy that they thought of that this far back in the past.
Heave to! Galley speed! Up the tempo!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ouch. Oh no, I don't have the oil! I don't have oil! Anything in the back! Go! Go! Ah! No, they're still on me!
More fighter ships close! By the gods, they're everywhere!
How about we just get out of here? Sink all the fire ships. Okay. Get those guys too. Really, with them being at point blank, it should be easier to just snipe their own archers, their set of archers. Let me see if we can't get some of these fireboats.
Fire ship right!
How come they don't start reloading until I've already shot all 3 volleys? Like, it should be reloading. Why is it not reloading? Okay, don't know why that didn't encounter. Did I miss?
Do we have the firepower to deal with this?
I can't see how! With our fleet dispersed and our allies gone, we're undone!
Man up, you old salt lick! Save your bloody ship!
Another fleet there! Lost! Jove's pissing on our heads from the peak of Olympus!
No! It's Brutus and Cassius! Look!
And our capitals with them! Put them to use!
Why am I not countering?
May! Don't fear this beast! She's a great and thirsty whale, but will dance around her boat like minnows in a pond!
You weren't so far until your youth.
I guess I gotta wait for the shields to be all the way up before things counter.
I should have been, I think. A philosopher too. What
No?
we should have been. A million things.
Okay.
that
You must write your memoirs one day.
I may just do. And if you'll promise to sneak one copy into the library, I'll let you leave on. Surely this chapter will be the most widespread of all.
Are they firebombs? Is that why I can't counter them? Yeah, just brace. Just brace. Just brace.
Galley speed!
Come on.
Galley speed! Easy pace! Heed galley speed!
You really shouldn't have these nice, convenient wake points for me to blow up on you. You're sitting right there. Just asking to be blown up.
Galley speed! Easy pace!
Are they gonna ram? They're gonna ram. Well, I said no. Fire bomb. Seriously? Come on. Come on, you got a sliver health. There we go.
Down, you demons, into the sea! Hey, you slackers! Form up with the rest! Today, we sail together!
What port are you taking us to?
There's a town called Antium I'd like to try. Lots of merchants sail in and out of there. Should be safe for you. From there, it's a half-day's ride to Rome.
Rome, Theater of
It is only
Pompeii.
a matter of days before Caesar will officially become a tyrant.
There he is. The people love you, Caesar. You're a god.
The Senate will not bow so easily.
A parliament of clucking hens. Let me be your wolf.
Go. Do nothing until I give the signal.
Or I could be playing this part. No? Alright. Surely Septimius is a boss fight. Yeah, there we go.
So Caesar is
You
the
again.
king of the order now.
Caesar is the father of understanding.
You and Caesar
Is
will
he?
die.
Is that where that comes from?
With the affairs of the Order. The Order is greater than Rome. Go back to Egypt with the rest of the liars and slaves.
Huh. You make me understand why murder is just.
I command armies. I control greatness.
I will erase your order from the annals.
Kneel to Caesar. Kneel to Rome.
Kneel before Zod.
We are the right.
They were just asking for that reference.
Caesar will follow you to oblivion.
Your son pissed himself when he saw the knife.
I will feed
Yeah, there we go. Chain attack. That's the thing I kept missing before. Last time I played as Aya.
honor. You stole everything from me.
What? What the heck was that?
I thought you would scurry away, little one. You should have taken your chance to drop off the map.
Flavius isn't here to save you this time, Septimius. No Roman deals will be made.
Stop kicking me. Fine, I'll go back to using the bow. How do you like that? Yeah, they really mean to tell me that Caesar was the father of understanding that all the other Templars were hoping would guide them. Like, I don't know. From what I know of Caesar, he does not seem like someone you would call the father of understanding. Doesn't seem like a very understanding guy to me. Oh, wrong button. There we go, quick bow. I like those. How about some of this? You like this? I like this. This is cool. Being a blender on your guts. I like that. I see there are arrows on the ground. I want those. I got one. I got one arrow. Come on. He's dead. He's dead. Come on. Stop kicking me. There, take that.
Damn you, Lupa.
My son's heart. For your life.
Was revenge everything you hoped? You and the Medjay shall drench the sheets with your sweat tonight.
This stuff.
With the Order, I served then on your beloved Egypt. And I'll be rewarded in the afterlife. An eternity of drinking and whoring with my brothers.
The only thing that waits for you is oblivion. For your name, your order, and the rotting corpses of your Gabignani. Up and devour your fetid heart. Caesar must be in the Curia, with the rest of the Senate.
You know, I just remembered that the Vatican is where the staff was in Assassin's Creed 2. So, and you know, that was in Rome. So that's pretty cool that they brought the staff back into the story for this game. Oh, good arrows.
This place is crawling with soldiers.
And then, oh, come on. And then Rome also happens to be back in the picture as well. It's almost like we're the ones who put the staff in the Vatican vault. I don't suppose I can see it right now, can I? Excuse me. Nope. No eagle sense for me. I wonder why it is that Bayek could eagle sense with Senu. Because that's a very different thing from eagle vision. Like he could, I think the implication is that he could see what Senu sees, or at least borrow some of Senu's senses. So it does seem like he has a pretty close connection to Senu, and I don't know if they just did that for gameplay purposes, or if there's really meant to be a deeper connection with him and Senu, aside from just, you know, what you would expect from someone who has an eagle. Well, I heard someone go, ah. Apparently no one got lured by my whistling. Dead. I wonder if Bayek even... Well, he probably doesn't even realize he has any semblance of, like, eagle vision. That, you know, the power that lets you hear shapes and see sound. Because the gameplay hasn't really gone in that direction, like, you know, finding hidden symbols or anything like that. Mostly just seeing people through walls and hearing really good. And even then, gameplay didn't really emphasize the hearing real good part. That's just something you can do. Get out of conflict. I'm not in conflict. Am I in a conflict now? Gonna go kill Caesar. Yeah, nice.
I ask only this, that you join with me in building a new Rome.
A Rome with you as king? Let Caesar speak! We want a Rome that offers justice, peace, and land to all its citizens, not just the privileged few.
You are just as privileged as I.
I am not dictator for life.
An honor bestowed upon me by the people
How's this guy the father of understanding when he doesn't want peace for all, just the privileged?
I will unite the Republic. Senators, Populusque Romanus, for the Senate and the people of Rome.
Republic? You speak of republic, while coveting a crown?
Marcus Antonius offered me the crown at the Lupercalia festival. I refused it.
And what a pretty play it was! You don't need a crown. They have made you a god.
Mark me, Gaius Cassius Longinus. Support me in my dreams for Rome, and old divisions will be forgotten.
Senators, the war is over!
The drums of dissent have reached a fever pitch.
Rome will not be a monarchy again.
It seems Brutus would start a revolution. But against what, my friend? We desire the same things.
How can you say that when you have raised yourself so far above the people?
I speak for the people.
You have
Speak for yourself.
No. The people infused with fear and blinded by patriotism offered up all of their rights to their leader and did it gladly so.
Who made you leader of Rome?
The eternal city herself.
Caesar will not be reasoned with. Senators, we still have a voice in this forum.
I will hear your complaints.
Caesar deigns to listen. Romans rejoice.
I was wondering how long that was going on for. That was good though, because like I was saying, I don't think he should be called the father of understanding, but at the same time, I acknowledge that it wasn't that black and white. I do believe there were things Caesar did right, but also, yeah, he was a dictator. It's the thing! The thing that everyone knows!
You too, my child.
Et tu, Brutus!
The tyrant is dead. You are free now.
Also, just a reminder, we get Brutus's armor in Brotherhood.
Do I know you? You who strikes from the shadows.
The same fate will come to all despots.
In the end, it is impossible not to become what others believe you are. And I was a god!
There is a new creed now.
Yeah! Rome is eternal!
She will never fall to you or your kind.
Freedom is not given, Caesar. It is taken.
Okay, I don't get why she's giving him that sword, but...
Requiescat in pace, Caesar.
You can't just whip out Italian on me! Oh, maybe that was Roman the whole time, or Greek, or whatever language they speak. I don't know, because I don't know history. Ah, there she is. Cleopatra.
Do you know what you've done? Caesarion would have sat on the throne of Rome.
Listen to the cries in the streets. They call you a dead tyrant's whore.
I am still your queen.
You are a queen of liars and snakes. I fought for you for 5 years. Our people worshipped you. Apollodorus died for you for Egypt.
For Egypt? I am Egypt!
Then be the ruler our people deserve. Or nothing will save you from my blade across your throat. You are the last of the pharaohs.
Now we're going back to Bayek, I guess. They probably did save killing Cleopatra for a DLC. Well, at least we got to kill Caesar. That's still pretty cool. See, that's a very Assassin's Creed moment. To kill someone that, you know, to kill a historical figure and also still have it play out the way we know it to play out. It's just he didn't get killed by who history books said he was killed by. Or, I mean, you know, I guess everyone else still had a part in stabbing him, so I guess Aya doesn't take full credit for the death. You know, Brutus was still there. And that's why I like that. It's I don't know, I can't think of anything in the past games to really compare it to. Rome Pantheon District.
Bayek. Caesar has been assassinated.
Septimius is also dead. I have founded a bureau in the middle of Rome, yet no one knows of our existence. Like Amun, we are the Hidden Ones.
I believe in you.
Okay, now you gotta cauterize it so you don't bleed out.
The irony of freedom. We are free of each other, yet it brings me no happiness. We must move forward. Remain in our tempest of blood poetry. Despite it all, we dance, and they die. From darkness we have come, and in darkness we shall stay. Humans are not meant to last forever. But this creed will. The creed is the only immortal thing in the world.
Go home. You're free.
I don't want to go home by myself. I'm scared.
Should we take him to the bureau?
No. I'll take you home.
Let nothing grieve you beyond measure, for your life is short and time will claim its toll. But I am no longer who I was. I have renounced all love I once had. I have renounced Aya. I have killed Aya. I am now the Hidden One, known as Amunet.
I bet that outfit matches the statue. I just don't remember exactly what the statue looked like.
May your victories multiply.
Papa? Jump.
What's my quest now? Well, no main quests. Guess I got the letter from the exact letter that she was just narrating. Well, I guess that's it then. Guess there's only side quests. I'm not doing events. And all the targets are dead. Got an ability point. All right. Yeah, 1 point. I could spend it on Torkill XP. And that's it. Is there a... There's the credits. I know the credits can get very long, but they didn't seem too long at Syndicate, so I guess yeah, let's just go. Oh no, that message is going by too quick. I was, from what I could read of it, a nice message from the Assassin's Creed team, which really just furthers what I believe about the Assassin's Creed games, that, you know, although it's easy to look at them very cynically and think, oh, well, they were pumping them out every game, you know, how much did they really care about what they were doing? It was all just about the money. For the higher-ups, sure, but for the people who, you know, were actually had their hands in game creation, actually designing levels and gameplay elements and characters and writing the story and building the environments, distinct from level design, because I realized I said levels and then I said, like, the world design. They still care. Clearly, the people who make Assassin's Creed, not Ubisoft the company, but the Assassin's Creed team, they still care about making good games. And I still don't have strong feelings for this game. It's fine. I still feel like they went in a kind of generic direction with the gameplay, which I feel like is kind of ironic, because I don't know what it is, but just something about the way they changed the gameplay. It feels like there's less emphasis on stealth. Whereas, like, the past games... I know the past games have been perfectly playable without doing stealth. I'm not going to pretend like the past games were all about stealth and like, oh, you had to do stealth. That was the best way to go. Stealth was really hard in the older games because, you know, like in the first few games, really up till 3, there's like a lack of ways to hide and ways to lure people to where you're hiding so you can kill them. It was really hard to be stealthy in the old games. So I'm not going to pretend like the franchise has always been strongly stealth-based, but something about the way they changed gameplay for this game, I think it really is the shifting towards an emphasis on leveling up and stats. That for as much as I've wanted stats to matter in the past games, I think that has been harmful to it. And I really think there could be a middle ground. And I think this new direction has, because there's that emphasis on, oh, this enemy is level 38, you gotta be careful because he's way higher level than you, he's really dangerous. It really minimizes stealth. It really diminishes its strength. Because, like, you saw me. I beat the game surely under-leveled. Like 6 or 7 levels lower than what they wanted. That last guy you fight as Bayek, level 35. I was level 29. And as I can at least respect the amount of balance that they put into the game, that I could do that with, you know, enough care put into, you know, playing the game, enough effort put into avoiding taking damage, that I could chip away at necessary targets, you know, the bosses, very easily. It didn't wall me because I was underleveled, but there was still clearly a desire for me to have done more side quests so I would be higher level at those points. And I'm sure they would have been much easier if I were the appropriate level. And I appreciate that I could still beat the game underleveled, because that was something I was afraid of, was having an absolute need to go level up before I could continue. And that didn't really happen. So respect the game for that. But in putting so much emphasis on levels in terms of how you perform, in terms of how your gear and how your options affect targets, that it really diminished the potency of stealth. Because sure, I had the fully level. I put as much resources into the Hidden Blade as I could. But if an enemy was enough levels ahead of me, they would not instantly die to the Hidden Blade, so I couldn't stealth them. There was nothing I could do to them. And sleep darts wouldn't work. I tried that. I tried that at least a few times, and like, they would just instantly shrug it off. It's like, oh, well, great. And I feel like I never really got to use any of my other tools because either the Hidden Blade would be good enough and I could just stab a guy and throw him in a bush and call another guy over to get him to near the bush and stab him, or I would not be able to kill them with the Hidden Blade and it would just go into open combat. And I think that's really my problem with this game, is that stealth is still there. It's like pretty much all the mechanics that you would expect from Assassin's Creed is still there, but their importance is undermined by the level up system because they want higher level enemies to be dangerous. They want you to match their level, or else your stealth options just don't really work. And I don't like that. And it's ironic that this is the game about forming the Brotherhood, forming the Creed, forming the very ideal of working from the shadows to serve the light, as they say. But it's designed in a way that very much encourages you to just go in open combat. Like, not just in the levels, but also in all the gear. Because they don't give you stealth options as gear. Stealth options are something you have to go out of your way to level up into. They don't drop new hidden blades, or I mean, they do bows. I guess there's that. But they give you stuff. They only give you open combat weapons aside from bows. Excuse me, cuz and I think you could count the bows as open combat weapons too, because aside from like hunter bows and stalker bows, I think that's what they were called. You know, the sniper bows and the bows that you could charge. All the other bows are clearly meant for open combat. I'm trying to remember all the types of bows now. Because it was the charge bow, there were the shotgun bows, the light bows, and the sniper bows. I feel like there was one more kind. But yeah, it's pretty much half and half. Half are, you can use them from stealth because their power is in one strong arrow. And then there's the light bows and the shotgun bows, as I keep calling them, that are very clearly not meant to be stealth because their strength is in hitting them multiple times, not getting one decisive finishing blow, basically, or end the combat before it even starts. It was not what those bows were designed for. So basically all your other gear that you find is for open combat. The shields, any other melee weapon you find, it's open combat. They don't affect stealth. And I think that's a problem. And I would hope that Odyssey, and if not Odyssey, Valhalla, but probably not Valhalla because it's all about Vikings, and Vikings were not known for being sneaky, so I don't expect it there, but I would really like to see them do something to make it easier to be stealthy under-leveled. Which I guess, saying that out loud, it's like, oh, I should have been able to stealth under-leveled. Why do I have to actually play the game? It's like, that's not what I mean. But the fact that I didn't want to do side quests, that I only wanted the main story, I didn't want to run around doing side quests, which I feel in open world games just feel like busy work. Go here, talk to this guy, find this item. I don't like that. I'm starting to really realize how little I like that. Like, I'll tolerate it in, like, Xenoblade. But, like, any other game that throws me a bunch of side quests, I'm usually not interested in running around talking to people, figuring out what they want, and getting the thing, doing whatever. Maybe in Bethesda games and, like The Outer Worlds, which is very heavily Bethesda inspired, but I don't know, if I were playing like Dragon Age or something, I don't think I'd care about side quests. Because I just want the main story. I've got so many other games to play that I don't really have the time to screen. Don't credits. Hello. Xbox. Stop. I shouldn't say Xbox. It might hear me. I don't think I have a Kinect plugged in, but I don't know. Does it still have voice commands without it? I don't think it does. But anyway. All that said, yes, I enjoyed this game. It is definitely above Brotherhood for me. I would probably also place it above Black Flag, which, as a reminder, those are my least favorite Assassin's Creeds, not because they're bad, but just because they didn't do anything that I cared about. And Brotherhood especially gets the short end of the stick, I feel, because I had played 3 first, so I was already spoiled on all the new ideas that Brotherhood brought to the table, so it didn't feel new. It just felt like just another game. And Black Flag is centered around the ship, and I just don't like the ship. I do not like it at all. I mean, it's fine for what it is, but as the focal point of the entire game, I don't care. But I did like this. It's fine. I feel like I'm already burning out on the open world design of, you know, running around. It's like, oh, what's that question mark over there? Oh, look, it's a bandit camp. Kill all the bandits. Like, I don't know how much more I'm going to be interested in doing that. I don't know if I'm going to do that as much in Odyssey as I did in this game. But who knows? Maybe they'll have different kinds of things to find in that game that aren't the same objectives. Because, you know, you could say, like, oh, well, it's got different things. You know, instead of Ptolemy statues, it's got Caesar statues, and you got to break all the Caesar statues. That's different, but it's still the same idea that you got to find a statue and break it. So it's technically not a new thing. But I don't know. I haven't really heard much about Odyssey. Like, nothing. I can't think of really much that there is to say about it. That there's like you know, it's ancient Greece or Greek, or, you know, Greek gods and stuff, Zeus, that kind of deal. I'm not big on that personally, but I'll still give it a shot. I think this is the point where they start to drip feed your experience, because they really want you to buy experience boosters. Too bad I don't have a bag of Doritos. I could get an EXP booster from that. I think that game had 2 protagonists, I want to say. Because there's like a male one and a female one, and you can pick to play as one or the other. Because I also remember, if I'm getting this right, that there were love interests, and they're not gender restricted, but then they had DLC that shoehorned you into a straight relationship, even if you went with a gay relationship, and people were upset about that, rightly so. And I think that's really all I know about it, so that's really my expectations. Is it's Greek, and you can play as a guy or a girl and romance people, apparently. I'm probably not going to put any energy into that, because I really don't care about that kind of mechanic. Definitely not in Assassin's Creed. You know, it's fine in like Hades, where you got the little what are they called? The things that you give to people, and then like the first time you give them a gift, they'll be like, "Oh, thanks. Here, I take this trinket," and then you can use the trinket for a passive buff, and when you go out in the levels, I think that's fine. And then like the more you give to them, and the higher you build your relationship, the more story you get from them. I mean, I guess that's kind of relationship mechanics in like any game that has it as a side feature, you know, as opposed to like a dating simulator, but that's the entire goal. Like, you know, you find a character, you give them gifts, and then they give you story. Well, I guess that's not how followers work in like Fallout, where you know, you spend enough time with them and you do actions that they like, and that builds up their relationship. But then it's still the same idea of build relationship, get story, and also side quest eventually. And then, like in Fallout 4, you can... excuse me. Yeah. You can burp in Fallout 4. You heard it here. If you max out your relationship with them, you get a permanent passive buff, which is really cool. Feel bad for anyone who's tried to get Strong's perk, because I don't know if that's a meme in the community, but it sure is if you watch Stephen George play. Strong disliked that. Oh, getting back to talking about this game in particular, I definitely think the world, like the world itself, well done. It was beautiful environments, felt absolutely alive with all the wildlife around. Because, you know, other games have had that. That's a mechanic they've been building up, you know. It's been existent since Assassin's Creed 3, because Connor was a hunter. So they introduced hunting mechanics. They gave you snares and bait. And I thought that was cool as a side thing. And I don't think it was really important for anything in 3. But then 4 made it so that you could hunt animals and use their pelts to craft upgrades. And that's better. And I feel like Rogue went overboard with it, because, oh boy, the absolute laundry list of things you needed to kill to get all the upgrades, not even mentioning all the craftable items, period, just all the upgrades, was a lot. And frankly, I'm glad that Unity and Syndicate did not have any of that. I mean, Syndicate had like other resources they used for upgrades, but it worked. It was stuff that you could get from doing gameplay rather than specifically going to a specific location to find a specific animal and hunting a specific amount of them. Like, I really feel like that was the problem with Rogue, aside from how big of a list it had of how many different animals and how many different pelts of each animal you needed. But also it was a matter of finding the specific location that they spawn. You really had to go out of your way to get the hunting materials. And for as much as I loved Rogue, if I played it again, I don't think I would get all of the upgrades, because that is just too much. But this game, in contrast, hunting was like always right there, because they generalized it. And I've already said this, but in case you weren't there for that, in the other games, you needed specific animals for specific upgrades. So like, to get level 3 health, you needed 2 crocodile hides. To get the level to get your 4th pistol holster, you needed capuchin monkeys. It couldn't be any kind of monkey. It had to be capuchin. This game, just general. Just you need leather, just get some leather. I mean, there was hard leather and soft leather, but if an animal gave you soft leather, that was good enough. Hyena, elk, goat, I think goats, whatever those were. It was all light leather, or soft leather. Crocodiles, hippos, hard leather. So they made it general enough where basically anything you could need was always right there. Because If you're near a shoreline, there were either hippos or crocodiles, and both would give you hard leather. If you were in really anywhere with more inward, you could get pelts. You could get soft leather. I keep wanting to call it light leather. Soft leather. And then you would think that because metal, because of, what was it specifically? Bronze and iron and wood. You would think with those being more specifically, not, console, with them being not hunting, but convoys that you had to go and defeat to get the resource. You would think that would feel very random, but they spawned so frequently that it was like, it was the same thing. If you needed it, it was probably right over there. And also because you could break down the items that you got, if you were like me and you broke down every item you got, eventually you have 135 wood, and you never need wood ever again. And that's a nice bonus too. I don't know that it really followed any kind of pattern where it's like bows always gave you wood or swords always gave you bronze, but it gave enough. It gave enough where I could max out the things I cared about. And I think that was well done. And it really meshes with the world, with helping make the world alive, and then give purpose to feeling so alive. Because hey, all those animals that are out there, go kill one and you could get an upgrade. Even if you go kill a flamingo, you could at least sell the hunting resources for money and then buy a sword if you wanted to. Now, I believe people have praised this game's story before, and honestly, I think I would say I'm more disappointed with it than I am, surprised by it. It was fine, and it's... I think I would say it is different from the usual Assassin's Creed story, where, Ezio was trying to avenge his family, and Arno was trying to avenge essentially his father figure. I mean, I guess his real father and his father figure. At the, both of them. And then, I guess in Syndicate they weren't really avenging anyone. But, yeah, with Bayek trying to avenge his fallen son. I mean, I guess it's at the end of the day, it's still a revenge plot. Which, I don't say that to diminish it, it's just, it's the connection you can make is, they were doing the same thing. They were both avenging someone. But I would still say, because it was his son, there was more personal stakes to it, and also because of it being set in ancient Egypt, where Bayek believed that because his son was murdered, that his soul was going to be stuck in the Duat, and he had to avenge him. He had to kill his son's killer to get his son's soul to be free. It makes more sense why he would be so invested in getting the revenge. It's not just, oh, well, you killed him, so I'm going to kill you because that's how I feel right now. He really felt the need to do it. Hang on, I gotta take a sip of water. I'm getting scratchy again. So I do like that element to it, but I feel like, again, because it's origins, I don't think they focused enough on the origins. I feel like it kind of just comes at you at the end like, oh, well, I'm divorcing my wife and we're gonna go separate ways. I'm gonna stay here in Egypt. She's gonna be off in Rome, and we're just gonna start the Assassin's Brotherhood. We're just gonna start bureaus. I don't feel like there was anything building up to Bayek believing that he needed a system of brotherhood, or I think I phrased that weird, but you get it. Like the whole time he is meeting a lot of people, and it's not like he's trying to be a lone wolf and then realizes, oh, I can't do this alone. But I don't feel like there was anything that really instilled the idea that he had, like, specifically had to do it from the shadows. Like, I know they have that line there at the end where they realize, like, oh, we shouldn't have been killing people out in the open. We should have been doing it from the shadows. I don't feel like that anything in particular happened to make them come to that conclusion. It feels like something they did just because they had to. That, oh, well, we got to make this the Origins game. We gotta have the Brotherhood get formed. Oops. Well, there's no space in the main story. Let's just slap it on here at the end. It looks like the credits are wrapping up. So I do wish that the story focused more, you know, like I was saying however many streams ago, that I was hoping they would get to a point where Bayek would be so consumed with revenge that he would make some grisly mistake and then realize, oh, you can't just kill whoever you want. You've got to think about the consequences. You got to be more methodic with what you're doing. You know, something to contrast what Arno was doing, where, you know, he got kicked out of the Brotherhood because he acted of his own volition. He didn't go back to the Brotherhood and say, oh, I know who did it, and then get the okay to go kill him. You know, I wanted Bayek to have something like that, where he, you know, lets his emotions drive him to the point where he does something he regrets and then decides, hey, if we're going to keep killing people who are trying to control us, we should probably have a set of rules. We should have a creed. I guess that's why it feels like it comes out of nowhere at the end, is because they're there on the beach and they're like, oh, well, I guess we need a creed. You know, they just threw it in there because that's the game's title and I gotta have it. But it was a fine story. I wouldn't call it bad, just didn't reach its full potential, I feel, especially because it didn't go into the origin of the Hidden Blade. Why? Okay. Sorry, that was probably annoying. Okay, well, I think that's all I have to say, but I know the moment I end this, I'm going to have something I wanted to say and then forgot. So if I do anything, I guess if I do think of anything, I'll try to write it down and then maybe talk about it when I play Odyssey. Excuse me, I'm burping. Whatever part of my body is responsible for burping, can't you just wait 2 minutes for me to end the stream? Okay, so, yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be back on Monday with Odyssey. Hopefully there's nothing big I'm missing by not doing any side quests, but I don't know, maybe I can go look at it. Oh, you know what? Oh, hang on. Because I remember there was... Are you going to leave the Animus? Yes. Because there was that thing I accidentally spoiled for myself on the wiki. We didn't get to that point. I don't know if that's something you gotta read in the emails. Because I thought for sure it was gonna be something that you're playing the main story, and then, you know, you get to Out of Animus sections, which I'm glad they brought that back, but that's another one of my complaints with the story. Layla and I can't remember her, Deandra. They feel pretty flat as characters. I don't have any attachment to them. What's that beeping? But let's see if I can get that thing that I accidentally spoiled for myself, which is kind of good that I accidentally did that, because now I know to look for it. And it's like, wait, we didn't get anything. Empirical truth. What? Retransmission segment 3. It's been 95 days since the Great Catastrophe. The messenger speaks. You must be wondering why I reached out to you. It was written, you see, that you would come to this particular chamber at this very moment in time. The walls told us of your coming, when we once were. Look at them. Are they not fascinating? These walls tell of a tragic story, a story we transcribed on our structures, on our artifacts, a story we could not after. A mystery defying us in plain sight. We tried, our scholars and scientists, poets and physicians, bright minds, rebellious hearts. They all tried so hard to bring about change. We all failed. Yeah, okay, so this is the pretty typical stuff that they tell you about the Isu. Yeah, we tried so hard to prevent the end of the world, and then we died because we couldn't prevent it. We failed at modifying a line. We failed at adding a single dot. It was clear we were the messengers at best, but messengers to whom? To you. Wait, is this a recording of that message I got when I was getting that one target in the pyramid? A doorway that is also a puzzle. We must find the solution. Those were Brutus's words when he visited the vault under the Colosseum more than 2,000 years ago. He drew the vault, sketched the list of his abilities, but he could not see. Yeah, so this was what they already read. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because I'm pretty sure. Actually, no. Let me look it up on the wiki again. Actually, I don't even remember what page I was reading when I came across that, so I don't think I could find it again. Okay, I think I know what page to go to. If I can find the freaking. There it is. The wiki bookmark in my bookmarks folder. Wait, I spelled that wrong. Oh, okay. I'm reading it. I did find it. I'm reading it again. It's not in this game. So, okay, good thing I didn't spoil it. Because we haven't gotten there yet. I shouldn't spoil it. But we'll get there eventually. It sounds like it's something that's going to happen in, forgot its name, Valhalla. So, guess we'll have to get there. Also, I did remember one more thing I wanted to say. They kind of destroyed Sophia Ricken's character in this, because she was a character in the movie. I'll remind you in case you forgot, because that's pretty easy to forget. And her thing was she wanted to use the Animus to quote unquote solve violence because of one thing or another, I forget. The movie wasn't very good. But she had a good goal in mind. But now this game's saying that she uses people. I mean, maybe that was the thing you could say about the movie, that she was trying to use what's-his-face. I don't know. I think she still had good intentions, and now the game is saying like, oh no, she's just selfish. She'll use you for her own gains, and then throw you in the trash. So I don't really care for that part. But okay, I'm ending now. Yeah, Odyssey Monday. See you then. Bye. That's the wrong end. I gotta do the right one.